Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm wearing a bright yellow shirt, so I'm hoping you guys can see me tonight. So what I got here is a pistol with a light that's mounted on it. And what I want to do is I want to demonstrate what you can see and what you can't see. Okay, so I'm going to turn the light on, put in the sights right underneath the lens over here. Okay, I got the light on the target out there. It's white, so you guys should be able to see it. Now I'll just keep moving this gun around so it makes sure that you guys are able to see the sights. All right, and basically, as you can see, you can see the target out there, but you really can't see the sights. Okay, and the reason is because the light is on the target. It's not on the sights itself. And what happens is because the target's a little further out, it's really not reflecting it bright enough so that you can see the silhouette of the sights against the target. Okay, so to me this is very ineffective. Okay, in order to be able to shoot effectively at night, you have to be able to see both the target and your sights, because if you can't get the bullets to go where you want them to go, I mean, you know, you're just not very effective. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take the light off. Okay, and the other cool thing is by taking the light off is I can holster this pistol. All right, and I'm just gonna go back to a handheld light. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to now I'm going to demonstrate the head index method that I like to use. With the head index method, I'm indexing the light on my head, and when I draw the gun, I'm basically lining the two up like that, right? And what I'll do is I'll demonstrate that to the target, you know, over here. I'm going to hold it out here, and as you can see by, like right now, you can see the target out there, right? You should also be able to see the sights, and I'll move it around a little bit. So I'm not. Try to get that lens, try to get everything focused for you. All right. So by holding the light on my head, okay, I'm able to see the target, and I'm able to see my sights, and I can get the bullets to go where I want them to go. A couple of other methods that people will use is a neck index. With the problem with the neck index, and I'll do it over here so you can see, with the neck index, you know, basically what I find is that basically the light tends to light up the back of the gun and the back of my hand pretty good, and it doesn't really let, you know, I can see a little bit of the target. At the moment right now, I really can't see the front sight. I can see the rear sights, I can see the target, can't see the front sight. So that's the issue with having the light directly behind the gun. Okay, you can see target, you could probably see rear sight there. Try to move my hands around so you can see. You can see rear target, you can see target, you can see sights, rear sights, but you probably can't see the front sights. So that presents some difficulty. You know, another method is the FEI method, where you're holding the light further out here. And the idea here is that if anybody's shooting at you, they're going to basically be shooting at the light. So as I stand further out here, right? Basically, you can't see me very well, but you can see the light. So the idea is that you'd be shooting at the light. The issue with that is, again, you know, when you're holding the light out high, you know, in a way, you can see the target very well, but, you know, I'm holding the gun here, you probably cannot see the sights very well, okay? I mean, so you can see them a little bit depending on how close you get the two, but you're not going to be able to see it very well, okay? Another method is the cigar method, where basically, yeah, turn my light on, you're holding the light like a cigar over here, and you're basically cupping your hand, basically you're trying to hold the gun the way you would normally hold it, okay? The problem with this method is that as you start moving around, you know, from here to here, what happens is the light tends to point in different directions. You know, like if I come over here, like right now, you know, basically the light is pointed at the bottom of the target as opposed to where I want it, which is right about there. Okay, and it's the same issue. Basically, the light is mounted underneath the gun, so as I'm holding it here, like right now, you know, you can see the target. You cannot see the sights very well. Okay, so you got the same issue with the cigar method that you had with the, you know, when we mounted the light on the gun itself. Okay, so that's the reason why I prefer the head index method. You know, where you have the light mounted on your head, and basically what's happening is the light is basically traveling right over the top of the gun, so I can see my sights. Okay, and I can see the target as well. Okay, and this gun does have the white sights, but you know, even though they're white, like I said, unless you have light directly on them, you're not going to be able to see your see the sights. Okay, you know, unless you have like actual glow in the dark sights. Okay, So I mean, I know they do make them. You know, none of my guns have them. You know, so that's why I prefer the head index method. Through my practice, I have found that it is the way that I am best able to actually shoot the targets. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put on my ear protection, and we're gonna practice a couple of techniques. Okay, and what I like to do is, you know, usually what I'll do is I'll start out with the FBI method, okay, and the gun in the holster. Because the assumption is that, you know, you're not going to necessarily need to shoot anybody, okay? It could just be somebody that's drunk or lost, you know. So I'll go up to the target and I'll be like, hey, you, what you doing there? Oh shit, stop. Turn the light off, move to a different position, illuminate. Alright, okay? Right, move to a different position, re-illuminate, aim, turn the light off. So basically, we don't want to keep the light on, you know, because lights are bullet magnets. If you keep the light on, they're going to basically shoot in the direction of the light, okay? Another thing that we want to practice is if we're moving around a wall, right? Like if you look over here, I've got this barricade over here, and I've got some white over here. Okay? One of the things that you'll notice is if I come up to this and I shine the light directly into this, first of all, it's reflecting back on me. It's blinding me. I can't see the target over there, but it's also lighting me up. You're getting a reflection over here. I'm probably appearing a little bit brighter than I was before. So what we want to do is be careful, you know, when we come around. Okay, if I'm coming around to this side, I'm going to basically move the light. If I'm going around to the right side, I'm going to shift the light to the right side of my body, So, you know, if I'm coming around the left side, I'll have the light on the left side of my body. Okay, so if I'm coming around, I'll have the light way over on the right side, come out, turn the light on, illuminate, turn the light off, okay? Same thing if I'm coming around the left side, I'm going to move the light to the left side of my head, come around, illuminate, put the sights on target, turn the light off, okay? So that's you know, these are the things that you need to practice. You need to practice manipulating the light. This particular light, it has a focus on it, so I'm able to, you know, I'll turn it on right now. I'm able to turn the light on, you know, like over there I have it set for distance, and I'm able to also open it up so I can see more. I can push it out, push it in, and I'm able to do this one-handed, okay? So that's one of the things I like about this light is I can adjust the focus of this. Now, the more narrow your beam is, the further away you can see. But one of the things you'll find is that if the beam is way out, okay, I can see far away, but I can't necessarily see my sights very well, okay? Or at least not as well as I can see them if the beam is more open, because now I can see my sights a lot better. I can still see the target in the back, okay? I just got it, okay? So basically, it's more important to be able to see the sights. The target can be a little bit blurry, a little bit darker, and what we can do is, you know, we can use the fine beam to first identify. You know, so I can put it on the fine beam, identify, I can see it, turn it off, move, close up the beam a little bit, okay? Then, you know, go to a more narrow beam and shoot, okay? So what I did in that situation is I first identified with the narrow beam, I then turned off the light, moved, you know, switched it to a more broader beam so I can see my sights. And what I'm doing is basically I'm shooting at the shadow that I just identified a second ago, okay? So that's a very effective method. Now, the other thing you also need to practice is reloading, okay? I know I've fired a bunch of rounds now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot this out, and I'm going to do a reload, and of course I'm going to, you know, turn off the light when I reload and move to cover. All right, so turn it on. Hey, you, what you doing? Holy shit, turn the light off, turn it back on. Gun dry, move, do a magazine change, okay, come back out, okay, light on, aim, light off, okay? So these are also things that you need to do. You need to practice your magazine changes. You need to get used to, like, I turn the light on so you can, actually I'll put up the hat light on. You know, get used to using your finger here so you can sense to see if your gun is in battery. You know, you can use your fingers to sense if the magazine is in, okay? So get used to, you know, using your hands at night to figure out, you know, what the situation of your gun is. You know, use your thumb back here to make sure, let's say your hand, you know, this particular gun is a double action, single action. You know, use this to make sure that the gun has in fact been decocked before you reholster, okay? Or if you do reholster, normally what I'll do is I'll decock it, I'll reholster, and then I'll feel it with my thumb to make sure that the gun has in fact been, decocked, okay? The other thing, of course, we want to do is practice shooting multiple targets in multiple directions. So turn it basically on. Hey, you, oh shit, turn it off, move, turn it on, aim, turn the light off, move, turn the light on. Again, move. Okay, right, that target's a little further away, so I needed a more narrow beam. Okay, so what I did there is basically I shot, I turned the light on. I had the beam was too close because basically this target over here was a little bit closer. When I turned around, I tried to find the target in the distance. Okay, the beam wasn't narrow enough. So what I did is, rather than sit there and play with the focus, I turned the light off, moved to a different position, adjusted it to where I needed to be, and then I turned the light back on and I took my shot. Okay. So again, these are all things that need to be practiced. Another good technique to practice at night is, and this is especially if it's pitch black, okay, pitch dark. Right now we have low light conditions. We don't have pitch black. What you want to do is basically, turn your light on. All right. So let's say you're in one position that's covered here. Turn your light on. Identify your paths, so I can identify a path. I can see I have a clear path this way. I can see I have a clear path that way. I can see I have a clear path that way. And then now that I've seen that these are clear paths, in the dark, move to your position. Okay? So that's how we move from position to position, in the dark. I mean, so that we cannot be seen. We turn the light on. We want to basically look at a couple of different directions because in case anybody's looking at us, we're going to shine if we shine in multiple directions, they're not necessarily going to know which one we're going to be moving into, okay? If we only shine the light in one direction, turn it off, they might assume that we're moving in that direction, but if we shine a couple of different directions, they're not going to know which way we're going, okay? So these are all different, tactics that you guys can practice. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys next time. Hello everyone, I was looking at the video that I just did and I realized that I don't think you guys can see some of the stuff I was trying to show you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually behind the camera now and I can actually see what you guys are seeing. So right now I have the light mounted underneath the pistol. I got to lower it a little bit. Alright, so here you go. I had to have the pistol lower. I didn't realize I needed to have the pistol this low earlier. Okay, so basically the pistol is low and as you can see the target out there. But you cannot see the sights, even though those sights have the white dots and it's supposed to be night sights and bright and all that stuff. You cannot see the sights, and if you cannot see the sights, you cannot aim the gun at the target. Okay, so let's turn that off, and let's try a different method. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try the cigar method. Okay, since this is really close to the last one we just did, so I have it in the cigar method. As you can see the target. Turn the gun in different positions here, and absolutely zero on those sights. Okay, right? You cannot see those sights. There's no way that you can really hit that target. Like I said, I'm looking at the camera now, so trying to aim the gun. But I think you guys get the idea. You can't see shit like this. Okay. Turn this light off. All right, let's go to a different method now. Let's try the turn it off. Let's try the shoulder index method. Okay, with shoulder index method, basically, the light is right behind, and part of the problem is that you can see the rear sights. Kind of hard to see the front sight, and the other thing that's happening is basically you get a reflection off the back of your hand, which is almost blinding. Okay, and I cannot see the target. Let me bring even when I bring the focus all the way back, it's really hard to see the target. It's real annoying. So the shoulder method is no good for me. All right, turn that off. Let's try the FBI method where I'm holding it further out. Okay, let's narrow the beam a little bit. All right, so we can see the target. Sights are really hard to see. All right. So that's a no-go. I mean, you can't see your sights. So now let's turn that off, and we're going to try the head index method. Okay, I'm trying to approximate where. Okay, so here we go. All right, now, there you go. There's my target. Let me orientate this. Hold on. Again, I'm behind. There you go. There we go. Yeah, I got the orientation right. Which way? Trying to get everything lined up right here because I'm in an awkward position. But you can see the sights. You see 3 dots there, and you see the target. Here you go. I think I got it there. Okay, and if I was actually looking in the actual position, I'd be able to instantly aim this. I'm also looking in the camera. Basically, everything I do in the camera is, you know, backwards. So when I try to adjust one way, I actually have to go the opposite way. So we can try the different focus beams here. There you go. Sights, target. All right, there you go. Now they're lined up. All right, so I'm in a totally awkward position here, but you can see sights and you can see target in one. There you go. I think I almost got. There you go. Now I got them lined up. So you got the 3 dots, and you got the light right there. Well, actually, I'm in the wrong target. I'm in the rear target. Let's move it over to this target. There you go. 3 dots lined up, and you got my target. All right, so that's what we want. That's what you need to see. That's what you need to see if you're shooting at night. Okay, if you cannot see this, you cannot see your targets. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next time.